Scoreboard won the die roll with the most die roll dependent deck in the format. This hand looks sweet. One, two, three, four. So we do not get to play turn one Forge Master. Soul Ring. It doesn't matter that we tap our Wasteland. If you waste our Wasteland, that's sweet for us. Yeah, I could have seen that coming. So we're on a bit of a mana denial hand. Maybe I should have let on the Tomb so he doesn't fetch a basic if he has it. I guess I don't need to play the Pearl because this is almost assuredly not a mirror. Oh, he's probably Angels. Or that crazy Humans deck. I don't know if anyone of you have seen that deck, but it is certainly crazy. Oh, he's interesting. I don't really care about killing that cavern. Okay, so that resolved. So I want to go Wasteland Forge Master. I guess I could have sequenced this so I had a mana to waste his cavern, so he can't Tin Street Hooligan me. Yeah, that would have been a little better. If I get Tin Streeted here, I'm in a bad spot. Well, that means he's not Tin Streeting me. That's good. Is it like a Goblin Vandal that does that? I don't think there is. Oh, Sting Scourger. Cool. Kind of impressed. It's a little bit of a beating, too. So I'm going to take that damage. And then you get to recast and hope that he doesn't have the ability to Sting Scourge me again. He's also a little short of being able to Incinerator me if that's in these decks. I haven't actually seen what the Goblin decks look like in this format in a while, so. All I know so far is that he has Mental Misstep, which is a bit out of character, I guess. Cage? Oh. Creatures. Okay. That's fine. I don't really want to pay for that. I don't want to sack things to the Forge Master yet. That's actually a pretty reasonable hit. So I get to Tangle Wire, Metal Worker, destroy his cavern. I think I attack with this Forge Master here. Give me 1 second here. Let's pop over to the deck window and think about what I can get. I don't really want to get spheres or anything like that. I can't get creatures, so I'm probably just beating down with this 3-power guy. Does that sound right? I guess I could get more Tangle Wires later, but I don't really have to do that here. Needs to tap things. Yeah, that seems right. And he taps a mountain too. I'll take my 2. Whatever. Cage is not the nicest thing for me to have to face here. I'll waste later. So let's think about this. So upkeep. So which trigger is this? Taps controls for each fade counter on it. So I want to stack this first. There we go. So that goes to fading 3. I'm going to tap Ancient Tomb, Tangle Wire, and Mox Pearl. Take my 1 damage. Wasteland your Badlands just to keep you off of mana. Not really sure what the Badlands is for. It's probably for Warren Weirding. I don't think this is a Forge Master attacks turn. I think this is a Metal Worker attacks turn. Figure out what I'm going to do about this cage. The answer is probably nothing, to be honest. So he's got his 5 mana for a Siege Gang or whatever. If that's his last card. Should be a bit problematic. Yeah, I don't really want any of these cards in play. Do I? This seems like a 3-sphere kind of board. Like, I can't get a creature. I don't really want to get mana. Yeah, let's just get 3-sphere. And there's no reason to ever end step sack a Wasteland. Just keep attacking his mana. I'm in a bit of a rough spot if he has a Stink Scourger, but I can't expect him to have a million of that. We're just going to try to draw to one of our creatures here before he draws into something good. It's a risky... Ooh. Oh. I thought he was going to play like a Matron at this point, but... X equals 2 seems pretty good here. 1, 2... X is currently 2. Is 3 good here? 3 stops Matron. I actually like 3. Stops Matron and Warchief? Yeah. And I think my only 3 drops in play. Whereas 2 locks me out of a couple things. Nothing too huge. Now I reach the point of the Stax games where things get fun. That card's not getting cast. We are 1 short of being able to cast a Blightsteel from hand, which is fine because we can always Forge Master for the last land. this is... Oh, no, if we draw the Blightsteel, we can tap the Metalworker for 2 more. Probably a card I want to play. Just so he can't get rid of my big blocker. Lovely ongoing game we've got here. The Who draws action first game. Sure. Yeah. Oh, man, he's a Cavern? That beats our Chalice. It's a bit of an issue here. I'm probably in a position where I think I have to draw the Blightsteel or potentially a Steelhawk I might do it here. Yeah, Staffing in would also be great here because it lets us get around Cage. Pretty sure there needs to be a copy of that card in the main deck, just as a big effect to tutor for. Cranko? Oh boy. That's a card. That's not a Steel Hellkite. There's a lot of cards in my deck that match up very poorly against his. We're good here. So the Thorns are for sure off the team. I'm trying to think if there's a card I necessarily... Like, there probably is something I do want to Pithing Needle. Sphere is probably fine on the play. I mean, there's a Goblin Vandal or whatever that card is. Obviously, boarding in all the big guys. I don't really think I need the Ghost Quarters. I'm probably going to board out a couple Chalice because that card doesn't seem super exciting against him. Or most of the Chalices. Sphere still good. Tangle Wire is still great. 3 Sphere is still great. All the lands are great. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, definitely need a Staff of Nin in this deck for future reference. Trying to think if there's anything else that'd be similar. I've seen Ratchet Bombs in a lot of lists. That was something I actually just forgot about till now. I'd played against a Welder-based Stax deck a few weeks after I'd played this deck originally. And that was a card that really got me. Just the combination of, like... It's for the games where Chalice Zero doesn't work. It has a very similar retroactive effect to what the Chalice Zero does proactively. It's also pretty powerful against things. I was playing like a Time Vault deck, and it's pretty easy to set it up at like 1 or 2 so they can't do that. I don't know if this hand's going to fly here. I don't think a single Sphere is going to be the best thing ever against Goblins. If I had any threat, I do get to have 5 million mana, but a 6 is better than that. This 6 is definitely better than that. Do you have the misstep again? Oh no. And we don't want to play a turn 1 Tangle Wire ever, so obviously that's the right lead. Pile driver. Meet 3-5. Let's see how this guy dies. Sure. Cage does not matter because I drew something that costs more than 1. Or more than 5 to cast. Are you going to strip mine me? Man. Great, I still have mana. This one's non-mana. Give me a second here to look up the card that I want to look up. Goblin Vandal. It's not on my cards. Good. Quantity. Goblin Vandal attacks and doesn't block. That's not the one I'm thinking of. Isn't there like a red Goblin Tinker? Yeah, destroy target artifact, deals damage to this guy equal to the CMC. I think that's the one I want to cast. Or play around, at least. I guess there's also a play that involves me... Actually, I really like this because I get to put a Wormcoil into play next turn then. Goblin Tinker. Yeah, I think that's right. So I get to put a Wormcoil into play next turn by sacking all of these on his end step to get a Lotus and then just casting the Wormcoil, which I think is a pretty reasonable line. Lotus is probably better than Vault here. Yet again, getting punished by my decision to not put something in my deck that cannot be... Well, I like taking 0 damage to do this. Cannot be caged out of the way. If I had another artifact, that would have been optimal because if he has a Sting Scourger, I could just sack my board to get like a 3-sphere or something. Or a Tangle Wire and leave myself with worm tokens. This also isn't the worst because I still have 5 mana to Wormcoil with, even if he does something silly here. That does not count as sufficiently silly, unfortunately for him. If I attack with both 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So he cannot kill me with a Siege Gang next turn if he attacks with both. If I attack with both. And if I leave back the Forge Master, there's not really like... If he's going to Matron, he can get it out of the way if he wants to get in for damage. Yeah, that was the card I was kind of afraid of. The card's actually absurdly good against my deck, jeez. Because I just don't have a way to kill it. Gets out of hand very quickly. I was counting as if he had Siege Gang and not this guy. I'd be interested to see how many Krankos he's actually playing. So we're on the draw, Pithy Needle. I can put a Pithy Needle into play next turn if I draw an artifact. That does a pretty reasonable job of stopping his board. If that other artifact's a Worm Coil, it gets real nice real fast. He does have to leave back a certain number of guys. Not really sure exactly what a certain number is, but we'll figure it out. And as always, there is never a need to end of turn wasteland. So Duplicant kills him here. Steel Hellkite is very good here. Oh, geez. Duplicant no longer kills him here. Man, I'm getting savaged by his deck. And 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not lethal yet. I can't attack. It's pretty much lethal. This is 6, 9, 11. The Worm Coil gains me life and dies to the pile driver. We'll see what he ends up doing this turn. That's enough. I don't know how much damage it is, but it's a lot. That was actually incorrect, technically. But I'm not going to argue. I think he was supposed to use this to kill whatever I blocked so that I couldn't lifelink, or kill my guy so I couldn't lifelink, but who's counting? Okay, well, lost that one. That matchup does not seem very good. Punished for not having Ratchet Bombs or Staff-and-Ins. And it's worth noting that I'd probably have both of those cards in the future somewhere in the deck. Not sure where, though.